Moving to California, I've kind of become obsessed with coming out to the Mojave Desert and Owens Valley. There's just there's something about the kind of vast, big country, like backcountry experience that's just super addictive. The colors, the geology, the history, the roads, everything just really draws me in, and I've become kind of obsessed with exploring those backcountry byways and trying to find cycling routes. You're essentially going from a low-lying graben, which is Owens Valley, up through very steep, very rocky, very ominous terrain. And if you're willing to allow yourself to take your time on these rides and to not like turn yourself inside out with like a massive effort, you really can form an appreciation. Even if you don't like the desert, you can form an appreciation for the environment and the vast scale of this whole zone. Part of the story about this whole area to me is telling it through photos and looking at the history and looking at the geology and the science basically behind how this whole area was formed, and then thus applying it to the bicycle. The thing that most people are going to find when they're on their bike out in this area is just silence. The silence is beautiful. The silence is something that, as like city dwellers, we also often forget how important it is, and that in terms of like mental health, just like a creative energy, that silence, that isolation is what ultimately like resets my mind and allows me to focus on my work. We all get so swept up in this modern world and with technology and disconnecting from all of that. You're literally forced to disconnect because there's no cell phone reception out there, and that's just the mental side of that exploration. You know, the physical beauty of this area is stunning. As the owner and editor of the Radavist, my job is to tell stories, talk about equipment, and just bikes that enable you to do rides like this. And part of my intent is to show people that, you know, these aren't super dangerous roads. They're just dirt roads like you'd have anywhere. The terrain is very rugged and rough, and yes, you are in a place called Death Valley, but with proper planning and the right equipment, you can do rides out here and experience something unlike, I think, anywhere else in the continental US.